Hi guys, I'm Matt.
And I'm Rabea.
And this is Sound Like on Andertons TV. In this video, we're going to be trying to build the most versatile Sounds Like rig
That's
possible.
a great idea.
So basically the idea being is we try and get, for £1,500, the most versatile rig that you can sound like anyone.
Yeah, I mean, like, because we've used plenty of gear over the years we've been doing Sound Like, and then stumbling across those unique bits that really do give you a huge palette of tones. Because we did the ultimate Sound Like rig, and that was really to find a really nice, professional quality, like, for £1,500 giggable rig, which sounded fantastic, but with this one...
It's all about trying to get as many sounds as possible.
As much gear for your money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is going to be great, and a few of you have requested this, so I think it's going to be awesome.
In the world of guitars, we've stumbled across many a great bargain and also many an incredible guitar for a lot of money.
Yes.
But we don't have a lot of money for this episode, so it's a case of finding a brilliant, versatile guitar, isn't it?
I think we're going to need loads of budget for pedals.
Yeah, I agree.
To get, obviously we need to get some really, really great sounds across the board. So I think something, just in theory, humbuckers with a coil split.
Good
probably.
idea.
And then at least we can get single coil and humbucker tones.
Okay, well that's
So-
the remit.
It is the remit. Whether we go with a Tram, Floyd,
Less of an issue, I think.
I think it's secondary. Yeah,
I think we go tuning stability over, like...
I think so. And also, I think we can't really spend more than 400 quid.
Okay, that's not a lot of money, man.
No, I think that's our budget, really.
How about a Pacifica with a second?
I found an Ibanez here, mahogany, 5-way, humbuckers, no core split though.
Is it a 5-way though?
Yeah.
Yeah, well that's good.
Don't mind work, it's 300 quid. 312.
I mean,
It's quite nice, isn't it?
I've drawn on pieces of paper thicker than this guitar, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to sound bad. If anything, that's a really good...
It's simple and to the point, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Matt just stumbled across this, and in fairness, you got 5-way, hardtail, humbuckers, rosewood, mahogany body, maple neck. It's kind of your
Nice and
archetypal. It's everything you'd
It's
expect
everything
from a
you
built
need.
guitar: mahogany, maple, rosewood. Good shout. Well,
That's a contender.
that's a
Definitely.
contender.
Are you?
Just going to bring to everyone's attention a really good guitar for £400. This is a Chapman ML1 Modern Standard, and it's worth pointing out that we've never ever used a Chapman guitar in a Sound Like video, mainly because, of course, as you know, both Matt and myself are involved with Chapman guitars, and so we don't want to come across bias or anything like that, so we've avoided it really. But I'm just going to point this out, that for £400 it's a great guitar, but we're not going to use it.
So I've just stumbled across this Telecaster here, which is double humbuckers, 3-way coil split, which of course would sound excellent. So basically this is £501, which to be honest, in any other Sounds Like rig, for an artist, I think this would be fine, but I think because we need to go all out on pedals, I think we're going to have to go cheaper.
Okay.
I think that Ibanez is a good shout at £312.
Alrighty.
What do you think?
Well, let me grab it.
Let you grab it.
How do we feel holding this and that?
This and that.
I think.
Well, I mean, for this is £188 less than this. 189.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna. Should we just do this? I think this is probably. I like the risk. Amplifiers.
Amplifiers.
Yes.
Amplified sounds.
We've had many a good amplifier.
There's been a lot of great amplifiers so far on this series.
Yeah.
It's really hard to choose, but then again, we're going for
Versatility.
over anything else, really. So, what we need is something that's affordable and something that maybe has some inbuilt effects.
Well, I mean,
That narrows it down pretty quickly.
it does. It narrows it down to, let's say, Line 6, Marshall Code, Boss
Yeah.
Katana. I think
Black
that's
Star,
Black
ID.
Star, ID Core.
Yeah.
But which one of those? Oh, there's the Fender Mustang GT. Oh, it's the GT40, isn't it?
Let's take a little look around and see which is fitting the budget.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of different options here. This is the Marshall code. It's the code 25, which is obviously a little bit underpowered for what we need. The code 50 is 229, which is pretty affordable.
I'm holding the ID Core 150, and as Matt rightly said, we'll probably go for around 50 watts. And the 50 watt version is 160. So I think is a little bit more expensive on the code.
Yes.
But the other option, of course, which is my preferred choice, is the Boss Katana, because it's a great. I mean, you've seen so much of them on the internet recently, but they are fantastic value for money. The 50 watt is £189, and it has all the Boss stomp boxes, has great amp modelling in it. I mean, I could go on.
We could go on, and some of you might not be surprised, but it's going to hopefully get us a load of great sounds. So let's give that a shot, shall we?
Katana.
So we have a guitar.
We do.
The Ibanez, £312, and we've opted for the Katana 100 just to give us a bit more space.
It's like 249, isn't it?
259.
259.
Which totals us up to 571 squid.
So the amount of budget left for pedals is massive.
Yeah, we have like £929.
Do you know the thing is with versatile rigs though, you know, things like Katana, well, any equipment considered versatile is really affordable, because the idea is cram as much in as you can for the lowest amount of money.
It's true.
So it's at a point now where we're like, we need to find pedals that you can't necessarily get in the Katana, or that a standalone stomp box might get us a better version or something like that, you know.
Because we're still looking for a really like usable high spec sound. You know?
But I don't think we should just get to £1,500 unnecessarily. Let's just pick what we think we need and
We'll just
call
pick
it
a whole
a day.
nice
I reckon a
selection.
fuzz, an octave.
Definitely.
So we're going to get the Nano Pog.
Yes, we are.
We'd like to get a fuzz, like a decent fuzz. Now,
There's a lot to choose from.
there is, and it's like, do you go fuzz face for the kind of classic Dallas Arbor, Jimi Hendrix style thing, or do you go germanium thick fuzz, like that's a bit more modern in a way,
more
a bit more
driven,
stoner rock, you know? Because obviously there are fuzzes built into the Katana, but they're specific. And I think with fuzz, I'm a bit of a fuzz snob, so I like to find something bespoke.
Okie doke. Well, let's have a little look-see.
So we've found some pedals. It's been a bit of something to deliberate, only because the Boss has loads of built-in stuff.
Loads of it. And in fact, all the amps we looked at have loads of built-in stuff.
Yeah.
So actually what we need is a lot less than I thought.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we've got the Pog.
The Nano
Pog. We're going to use a Walrus Audio Jupiter Fuzz, and I think it's the V2. Also the Greer's Lightspeed Overdrive, because that is one of those sort of transparent overdrives that works in front of any amplifier. So I reckon that will achieve a lot of versatility in terms of
We
tonage.
should be able to get quite a lot out of it. And so we're going to try and like achieve just as many sounds as we can.
As many sounds.
As many.
Let's go and see what it sounds like.
Okay.
We're back in the video room.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. In this mission impossible, some might say. It's not that impossible, though. We're going to make it possible.
Not when you got this gear.
Not when you got this gear, this rig. It's the most versatile rig in the world.
That's our challenge to ourselves.
Our challenge.
Because as we said before in the other video recently, is that it's the end of the year and we're just trying to round everything off, because we're planning loads of new stuff for Sound Like 2018.
Yes.
And it's worth just telling you what our favourite stuff is and challenging ourselves without the worry or pressure of trying to sound exactly like someone else.
On a serious note, way less stuff than I thought we'd have.
Yeah, and
I thought we were going to be racked up to the eyeballs.
Yeah, and this is way under the sort of £1,500 mark that we normally go for when we're talking about without busting the bank.
It is indeed. However, this does not bust said bank. This is actually
Extremely versatile though.
and extremely reasonable.
Without further ado, quick rundown of the gear picked. So we've got this Ibanez, and this is the S series, and I'm just going to tell you what the name is. This is the S521-MOL. So that's what the guitar is.
It's a nice guitar.
We've got the Boss Katana 100.
We do.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, we opted for the 100 over the 50 just to give us, like as I said in the store, a bit more room.
Yes.
I guess.
And Matt has hooked up a MacBook with a USB cable, so we've got the Librarian editor ready to go, so we can just adjust on the fly.
That's
just
the
adjust.
idea. That's the idea. Then it's going into the Walrus Audio Jupiter Fuzz, which is an amazing fuzz.
I really like it. I have the version. That's the V2. I have the V1. I love it.
Nice. And then into the Greer Amps Lightspeed,
which we've just discovered could be possibly one of our new favourite overdrives.
Oh man, it does things that you only dream about.
I know Pete absolutely loves the Lightspeed.
He's just bouncing up and down on his chair.
If the Lightspeed pedal was a woman, Pete wouldn't go near it because he's happily married. However, it's a great pedal.
If it was a man, it'd be his best friend.
Yes.
And then we have the Nano Pog. And some might say, why did you go for an octave specifically? And that's because octaves are awesome.
Yeah, and it's worth saying that I think the OC3 and the built-in octave on the Katana, it does a job. Whereas with this, well, for a start, it's polyphonic, so you can play chords with it. And so sometimes on those low notes where other octaves built-in stuff, sometimes the tracking goes a bit out, whereas something like the Pog is designed to not do that.
And I think you get a different effect as well when you have pedals up front.
Yeah.
Rather than everything built in the amp as well.
Yeah, again, you can use the drive to boost the dry out to boost the front.
Which we did with great success.
So that's the whole rig. But in terms of what it can sound like, well, we're just going to start messing around. So you were saying, Matt had a format.
Here's my format, and it was going to be quite logical. We're going to start with really clean, and then go all the way to crazy town. On the way, hitting up crunch and high gain and lead, I think.
With like some effects, some ambience, all the rest of it.
Yes. So open your ears, and here we go.
Okay, we're starting with clean. So here's a clean sound. It's incredibly clean.
It's very, very clean.
Yeah.
Nothing going on there. No. But it's also worth mentioning that our guitar is equipped with a 5-way blade.
Let's do that real fast. Bridge, position 2, middle, position 4, and position 5.
Beautiful. So it gives us some middle position kind of single coily sounds. Okay, next let's try, do you want to do some clean effects?
Yeah, I reckon some clean effects, bit of reverb and delay.
Okay, let's do that. So that's getting pretty ambient right there.
I mean, it's fair to say I'm not a massive fan of exclusively clean tones, which is kind of why I was so excited about the light speed.
Yeah, so if we press this button here...
Okay, so this is without.
And this is with.
A bit less delay.
Yeah, sure thing.
I like that you can just do that on the laptop, it's great. Yeah, it's lovely. For me, that's straight away, I can sit and play with that sound for hours.
You're almost getting a bit marked up for some points in there.
I was, go on the sort of split tones.
This is great.
Yeah,
enjoying this.
It is a really good sounding pedal, and we haven't touched the settings. The volume is just about 3/4 and the drive's below half.
What we'll do though is when we get into more crunch tones, we'll whack it up a bit, see what happens.
That's a good push clean sound.
It's a really good push clean sound.
And we're on the clean channel on the amp too.
You can also do it on, if I get rid of this and stick the booster on here, loads of different overdrives, loads of different boosters, and customize it all. So here's a blues driver.
Sick.
Beautiful, and that's only on a 1/4.
Boost it.
Boost it up. That's a huge sound.
And that's just the Katana.
We're not doing anything there up front. It's just all the built-in patches.
Oh, it sounds wicked.
So there you go. There's loads we can do there.
But then again, we are supposed to be doing clean.
Here we are, that wasn't very clean.
No, it
it's
wasn't
quite
at
easy
all.
to get carried away.
It is quite easy to get carried away.
Let's try it again, some clean sounds with some cool effects.
Alrighty. Chorus.
The tremolo.
Nice. Tremolo. So before we get stuck into the crunch tones, we may as well show you the Greer and its range of gain on the clean channel first.
Let's do that.
So
Before we go to the crunch on the amp.
yeah, so this is the Greer with gain around, drive around 10 o'clock. And boost it up a bit.
Okay, and on full. Lovely. Yeah, that's a great pedal.
I really like that. And you've got a
great
frequency, which is, again, is kind of more like lower, it's kind of a low pass.
Like a tone filler.
Yeah.
Fine. Well,
Okay,
that's that.
that's the Greer.
Let's try the crunch channel.
Okay, crunch channel. Yeah, I mean, that's just all the feel of the sort of tones, whether it be the clean or the crunch or anything, is easy. It's nice.
Nice, and it sounds great.
Forgiving.
On to, let's go high gain. Let's go high gain.
Okay. What, brown or lead?
Let's go brown, then lead.
Okay, this is brown. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's because you've got lead and brown, and obviously lead, self-explanatory, but brown, I'm guessing, is that sort of Eddie Van Halen brown sound type vibe.
Yes, but they're also arranged kind of, you go acoustic right at the bottom, then clean, crunch, lead, brown. So it's kind of stacking up in terms of gain.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure the brown has something to do with the whole Variax like power soaking thing.
Right.
I could be wrong, but you know, let me know in the comment section if I was wrong. All right. But yeah, that'd be the highest gain sort of. And just while we're here, I'm going to put the octave on.
That gets pretty filthy pretty quick.
It really does. Yeah, okay, so that's the highest gain. We're dropping back to lead.
Yeah.
Instantly, there's way more like compression, sustain there. It's kind of like you can do the shred thing if you can. I can't.
As Beer just demonstrated.
I tried.
Yeah, so
anyway,
all the effects are assignable to each channel, and you can stack them as well, and you can move them around in which order they're in. But I think we should make some weird noises because we haven't even turned on the fuzz yet.
No, we haven't.
So let's try that.
Okay, but let's put it on a clean.
On the clean. Oh, hello.
I mean, that's overloaded.
Awesome. Totally overloaded. Well, let's try and make it a bit more kind of.
When you take that bass out, it shouldn't do.
It's just loads more defined when you knock the bass out.
Yeah.
Let's try octafuzz.
Yeah.
Let's try low octave and then high.
Okay.
Beautiful. There's an effect on here called slicer, which is the coolest thing in the world.
Okay. I walk a lonely road.
So that's the thing.
Okay, well that's a really weird sound. I'm not going to
It's
go
always
there.
getting a bit Thin Lizzy,
Yeah.
kind of like horror movie things.
That. Okay, let's bring it back.
Let's bring it all back. Bring it all back to you.
Bring it all back to you now. All right, so
basically, we've worked out that we can do loads of stuff with this rig.
loads of stuff. That was the idea. Most versatile.
It's almost endless.
What I want to do for my own personal aural delectation is I would like to do two things. Firstly,
Yes.
lots of reverb and delay, less delay, more reverb
Yeah, fine,
on the light speed.
Okay. Your wish is my command.
Thanks.
Days worth.
Days worth.
You can literally sit there for days.
And then the second tone that I wanted to do
Go on.
was I'm going to keep the light speed on because I want to hear what happens.
If you put both on.
Yeah, if you put the fuzz on now.
Oh, that's massive. Massive.
Should we put all three on
Let's
now?
put everything up.
At the risk of noodling mindlessly for the next 10 days and just messing around with this...
And breaking YouTube with an exceptionally long video.
Yeah, we've totally, I think, demonstrated that it is versatile as hell.
Yes, and I don't think there's any... Hopefully it comes across, as we always say, but hopefully you can hear how good it sounds as well, not just how much you can do. It's not spreading itself too thin.
No.
All in...
Sounds great.
This was about 1,150 quid.
Yeah, I mean...
Which is £350 below budget of our usual 1,500 budget.
Which you could put into maybe a guitar or a different guitar if you wanted something specific or whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
buy a skateboard,
another pedal.
Go out for lunch. You know, you've got change.
Yeah,
and this is great. So
it's worth pointing
nice
out we didn't use the wah pedal.
We didn't use the wah pedal.
So yeah, that's another 100 quid. 100 quid.
But even then, we're about 1,250, which is a deal if I ever heard one.
It is. So hopefully this has demonstrated our sound like most versatile rig.
Yes, and hopefully you thought it was versatile. If not, let us know. If you did, let us know. All the gear is in the description box below.
Yeah,
and
comment and let us know what you think. Let us know if you want to see more of this kind of video.
That leaves us with one thing to say.
I've been Rabea.
And I've been Matt.
And this has been Sounds Like on Andertons TV.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching the Andertons Guitar YouTube channel. If you're a drummer or a keyboard player or interested in music technology, you might find one of our other channels interesting, and I'll put details of those in the description below. If you want to find out more about the products we've just featured, please click here. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt like this, please click here. If you want to watch another video on our guitar channel, click down here. And to subscribe to our guitar channel, click here. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.